Welcome to Summit Up Church family. My name is Lori Moreland, and I'm on staff at Heights Church, and I'm also a volunteer leader for junior high ministry. As we enter this beautiful springtime and we celebrate Jesus' resurrection, we will be weaving the thread all things new through our Summit Up devotionals. In Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, he said to them in chapter 5, verses 17, "Anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone, a new life has begun." Recently, I had a strange thing happen to me. On two separate occasions, I had people tell me how kind they thought I was. Now, if someone said that to you, you might not think it's strange, but it caused me to take pause and to reflect. That wasn't a quality that was characterized from my old life. Kindness could only have been brought into my life by having a new life in Jesus. It's not me, it's Him living in me. Because the old Lori, she was motivated by selfish behavior, by hurt, and by brokenness. The old Lori sought approval and acceptance through the world's standards. But God's standards are different, aren't they? When we accepted Jesus into our life, He gave us a new beginning. He told us He would restore us. And isn't that a beautiful picture? Our past is behind us, our brokenness and our hurts. And when Jesus stepped out of the grave, He gave us an invitation to a new life. Our past is no longer held against us because we're new creations in Jesus. But I have to admit, I still see the scars of my old life. And if you are like me and you still see that too, I want to assure you that your scars can be used for a purpose in your life with Jesus, because scars tell a story. I have this scar on my cheek from when I was 5 years old, and I was with a friend and her dog jumped up and bit me in the face and I had to get stitches. And I have this gnarly scar on my elbow from one time when I was careening down a really steep hill on my bike and I lost control of it and I went flying off into the gravel, and when I hit the gravel I lost consciousness and I almost lost the use of my arm. And those scars have quite the story to tell. And your scars do too. And also when Jesus rose and He stepped out of the tomb and walked back into the lives of the apostles, it was His scars that identified who He was, especially to Thomas, who needed to see the scars in His hands and in His side to identify that it really was Jesus and it wasn't some imposter pretending to be Jesus having rose from the grave. His scars told the story of how He took sin and death and He conquered them into new life and into a new beginning. So your scars tell a story of who you once were, how God changed you, and how He brought in this new beautiful creation into your life and changed you into a new person. But our scars aren't the only things that identify us, are they? Our heart does too, because when we accepted Jesus as our Savior, He also changed our heart. We no longer are motivated by the things of this world. We're no longer looking to fill ourselves up. We're no longer looking inward. We start to look outward because of the love that Jesus has for us and because of the love that we have for Him. I pray, church, that you are blessed today, that you walk forward into the new life that Jesus has for you and you live fully into it, and that as you go, that you will be blessing other people too. We love you, church, and we look forward to being with you together again.